Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bethany Empowers Tarot. I'm Bethany, and today we're doing a full moon in Leo reading. The full moon was technically yesterday, February 12th. I'm recording it the day after, but the moon is still full, and the energy of the full moon generally is around us a few days before the full moon and a few days after. So what I'm trying to say is timing doesn't matter. I mean, sometimes it does, but I mean, whenever you're watching it, even if it isn't the full moon in Leo, even if you're watching it and this is, taking place in the future for you, like this is a past reading, and there's messages that resonate for you, just take them. It doesn't matter if it was from the past, right? Sometimes we need, I've watched videos on YouTube of readers who are like 2-3 years ago. And when I watch them, they are speaking about the situation that's happening in my life right now. So just remember that time is fluid. It's everything is happening in the now, past, present, future. So I digress. Let's talk about this full moon in Leo. So full moons are about completion, a culmination, a completion of a cycle, right? The moon is full, it is complete, it is at its peak. And it tends to bring up things to the surface, right? So full moons are more about, all moon phases, new moon, full moon, and even the ones in between are about releasing things. We can always be releasing things, but this one in particular is about taking action to release, whereas the new moon is about more going inward and doing more reflecting. So we are going to look at what the theme of the full moon in Leo is. Leo is a fire sign. It is known as the lion, and it's known for being very courageous and brave and confident and not afraid to step out and be in the spotlight, to own their strengths. Sorry, I got distracted by the water outside. It's raining. It sounded like somebody was peeing and it distracted me. Okay. Anyways. And then the sun is in Aquarius. And so Aquarius and Leo are opposites on the zodiac wheel. They're sister signs. They're known as sister signs. So they're going to be kind of like the opposite of each other. So whereas Leo is more about the self, right? Like owning what makes you unique and different and standing out in a crowd and things like that. Aquarius, on the other hand, is about more of like the collective energy, the humanitarianism, the let's make it about other people instead of ourselves. So what we can learn about these two signs, and especially with this full moon in Leo, is how to balance the two. How do we own ourselves and our uniqueness within a collective of other people, right? Like, how do we not change who we are to fit into, the collective of what everybody else maybe expects us to do or to be. So I'm not sure if that is going to be part of the theme, but I just felt like this morning when I was thinking about recording this video, that was coming through and I wanted to mention it. So let's get the theme. I think I'll do my astrology cards first. And we're going to put these. I need more space, guys. I have too many cards. Okay. So these are my Black Moon astrology cards. We'll see what other astrology elements are playing into this moon phase. Excuse me. We have Mercury retrograde, reinvention. I don't believe we are in Mercury retrograde. And then air element, communication. But Mercury is the planet of communication. Excuse me. But Mercury retrograde is about, so retrogrades, when planets are in retrograde, I'm going to leave that. Actually, do I want to do one more? No, I think I'm good. Excuse me, my throat is acting up. See, that's why, because the throat chakra is about communicating, right? So I'm feeling this. There's a need to, excuse me, clear, to speak out loud, to say what we really want to say. But so I was going to say retrogrades are about the planets. They start moving very slowly to the point where it looks like they're moving backwards. They're not actually moving backwards, but it looks as if they are, because they're moving so much slower in comparison to the other planets that are moving at the same regular speed. And so Mercury retrograde, I don't remember, I think we just came out of one recently, but I honestly can't remember the dates. I don't know if we're going to be going into one, but Mercury is the planet of communication. So retrogrades, any planet in retrograde gives us a chance to look at the past, to clean things up, to slow down, right? Because the planet is slowing down. It's giving us a chance to slow down. So this could represent slowing down our mind, slowing down our thoughts, and trying to get clear on what we need to communicate, right? Like, so going back and saying, okay, what didn't I do, right? So this can be like needing to like tie up some loose ends with people. I need to call that person back. I need to, get this information. I need to do this thing, send this email. I need to sign that contract, whatever it is. Although there is a thing within, like, it's known, Mercury retrograde is known to be disruptive to electronics, to communication in general. There can be like a very like confusing, even volatile energy when it comes to Mercury retrograde with people in your life. Like, it's known for like during that time period for like miscommunication, maybe fighting because people aren't understanding each other. So I feel like that maybe this is looking at, maybe because we just came out of that period, I believe. I wish I'm recording on my phone, so I can't look it up. I guess I could look it up on my computer. I kind of want to know if I feel like that is important. But what was I saying about? So it's known for, like I said, miscommunication, maybe missing details. And so what I was going to say about contracts is that if there's like a new contract that's presented to you during Mercury retrograde, generally the advice is not to sign any new contracts, I should say. Unless you already had one going, right? And then like during Mercury retrograde is like time to sign it, that's fine. But like a lot of astrologers suggest not signing contracts during Mercury retrograde if it's like a new something, like, or making agreements, or like wait until we're out of Mercury retrograde, because then you can see things more clearly. So there tends to be some confusion. So there's something around communicating here with this full moon. I want to say, I know that like I've been watching some astrology videos also about where Mercury is in conjunction to the moon, and the sun, I believe, right now, and it's like in Pisces or something like that. So again, I'm not an astrologer. I still like only dabble, I dip my feet into that. But we have the air element here too. So again, it says communicating. So it's about communication, but air element is also the signs of Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Yeah, now let's see what else we need to know about this energy. Okay, that's too many. What else do we need to know about this full moon in Leo, what it's bringing up for us, what it's asking us to release or do, take action on? Full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. Okay. What are we taking a reality check about? So this could have happened. So like, since we're in Aquarius season and Capricorn season is the season before Aquarius, we might have, and again, I feel like we were just recently in Mercury retrograde. I feel like in Capricorn season, maybe something may have happened, right? And now that we're out of Mercury retrograde, we're getting more clear on things, but it's like we had a reality check about something back. Yeah, know you are loved, new moon in Libra. So we have air here. I mean, immediately what I'm getting here, I'm going to take this one too. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. Put that there for the aesthetic. We have last quarter moon. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay. What I was going to say is taking the time to communicate loving thoughts to yourself, right? Like, so this can have to do with things that are outside of us, but it can also be about, like, I'm kind of feeling this shift in realizing how we weren't really thinking very loving thoughts of ourselves. We weren't communicating very lovingly towards ourselves, and we're being called to. And since again, I was talking about Leo. The sign of Leo is a card about the self. I mean, a sign about the self, right? I mean, a lot of people give Leos a bad rap, I think, sometimes. And then there's shadow and light sides to every sign and everything. So, of course, there's going to be arrogant Leos, right? And some who are a little bit overly, I guess, proud of themselves. And then there's going to be ones that are in their light side, which is like they tend to be a little bit more humble, but they don't they don't like overtly assert themselves. Like confidence is quiet, right? Like they walk into a room and they command the attention because they know themselves, they love themselves, they're grounded in who they are. And that's like the energy I feel like that they're asking us to tap into. So it was like I feel like perhaps when Mercury retrograde was happening, all of these things, these reality checks were coming through about all of these thoughts you still have that you still think about yourself, like negative ones, right? Ones that are not self-loving. And it is inspiring us now, I feel like, to take more concrete action and inspired action to change that. To like, I'm going to speak to myself in the most loving way possible. I'm going to treat myself in the most loving way possible from now on. Yeah, spirit of gratitude and a powerful move. Beautiful. I'm actually going to read these from the book because I don't know this deck super well. But yeah, see, something about taking action or making a powerful move. We're going to see what that's about. I mean, it could just be like with these two cards together, the powerful move is like, I'm just going to focus on what I'm grateful for every single day. Every time I have a thought that comes up, or I hear myself start speaking things that are not in alignment with like me feeling like I'm loved, I'm going to shift that in the moment. That could be the powerful move. But I am going to look at these. Action, movement with purpose, effort, putting into motion your intention, making choices from an empowered and thoughtful place, and positive change. Yeah. So that's what, and it's here that says the time for rest is over. Change is in the air. So it's like exactly everything I already said. Like the powerful move is like we're being shifted into this energy of like, no, I'm owning who I am. I'm owning, the positive parts about me. I'm going to be grateful, even if the situation is difficult, right? It's like you're learning how to communicate better with yourself so that you really truly are making the changes within so that you can then make the changes without. As within, so without. The prospering power of prayer, communion with the divine, expressing deep gratitude as you move through the world, knowing that your prayers will be answered exactly as they are meant to be. Yeah. So that is the spirit of gratitude. So it's exactly what I was feeling. Everything I already said. We're learning how to communicate with ourselves. We're shifting our thought process to be more loving, and we're actually taking action on the things that we say we're going to do that are self-loving, right? I think the reality check from the past, which I think happened during Capricorn season or during Mercury retrograde, if those two are linked, I don't know, but it very well could be. And it was about, noticing the Mercury retrograde. I feel like you were noticing how you were speaking to yourself, and you noticed more clearly what you were saying to other people about yourself or about things that you're trying to change in your life, right? And so now we're being called to actually like put into practice what we said we wanted to do when it comes to changing how we communicate with each other, right? With other people, with ourselves. Um, and also just not being afraid to like stand in your truth as well. Yeah, and set boundaries too where you need to. Okay, now let's get some tarot. We're going to look at what we're releasing. I think I'm going to use my music tarot. So now we know the theme. I want to look at what we're releasing, what we're being guided to release. Again, remember that this is general, so just take whatever resonates for you. If not every message is landing for you and it feels like it's not for you, then don't take it. Only take the ones that do. And if you're not getting as many messages as you would like, you can always contact me for a reading, a personal reading, which will be more specific to you and your situation. All right, so what are we releasing? Oof, beautiful. So the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands, this is fire energy. Again, it's Leo energy. Confidence, power, feeling empowered, knowing your worth, and not being afraid to act on it. So, in terms of when we're asking what we're releasing, I feel like it's like anything that keeps you from doing this, any beliefs that you have that keep you from seeing yourself in this way, believing that you can, take this wand and use it, Wands is fire, and it's about creativity and passion and, again, taking action. What do you want to create? What do you want to do? Let me get more on this. The Lovers. So the Lovers is a choice. It's Gemini energy. What's this about? You could be releasing, maybe releasing a person or a relationship from the past. Temperance. More fire energy. This is Sagittarius. This is about balance, emotional balance, and alchemy. But the Lovers isn't just about a relationship. I mean, it can be about the relationship you have with yourself, and like, again, choosing. I mean, they're just reiterating what I had said in the beginning, which is like choosing to love yourself, choosing to see yourself no matter what part of yourself it is, the ugliest part, the shadow part, all shadow parts, the darkest parts. Like, you're choosing to love all of that within yourself because it makes you who you are. You wouldn't be that. You wouldn't be who you are without that also, right? We're both shadow and light. And that's what the moon shows us, right? The sun is our masculine side. The moon is our feminine side. The moon is going to show us what we have lurking in our subconscious. And so no matter what's there, it's a part of you. And there's also this element of like, you have a choice. Like, do I want to identify with these parts of me, right? Do I want to change these parts of me? Because you very well can. But it's going to require patience on your part in order to like allow it to integrate. So this is about integrating. It's interesting because like I don't really feel like it's necessarily about releasing. It's more so about integrating. It's about choosing to see what needs to be absorbed into you as a part of you. Like, when we reject parts of ourselves, we cause splits in our consciousness and our psyche, and then we compartmentalize those and we try to hide them and deny them and push them away. But what happens when you do that is they come back even stronger. They'll come back in very covert ways. They'll come up through your subconscious to where you don't even realize that they're there. They'll make you be impulsive and do certain things that are maybe feeling out of character for you. And so I feel like they're saying like we need to embrace all of that. Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment, complete emotional fulfillment. So you're releasing anything that doesn't feel like that. Again, it can represent outside relationships, outside sources like jobs or places that you live or things like that, relationships, and it's also for yourself, like those parts of you, those very critical parts of you, those very like the mean parts of you, the ones that bully you. We all have those parts, the judgmental parts of you that are judging yourself and others. Like, we can hear them and try to get to the bottom of like, okay, why are you here? What are you trying to tell me? Like, do I need to listen to you? But you don't have to listen. You like, as in like, you don't have to like do what they're telling you to do. And I think that is what they're saying is like, it's okay to only choose that which is like truly emotionally fulfilling for you, especially when it comes to the way you're thinking and the words you're speaking. It's not, and I feel like I know that there's this like fear of maybe toxic positivity or being in denial, And yes, that can happen, but as long as you're acknowledging first the parts of you and validating them and seeing that they're there for a reason, that's not toxic positivity, because that toxic positivity is denying those things, denying those parts. So what you need to do to get to this place that we're talking about is like that's how you integrate, right? Is to acknowledge the parts that are coming up that are painful, that are difficult, that are feeling bad, that are judgmental, like I said, that are mean, that are bullying, all those things, those parts of you that are coming up. And instead of like listening to them and believing them, we're acknowledging it. We're just like, hey, like, I hear you, I get it. And it doesn't need to be like that. We don't have to go that route. We can choose to see the situation or to see ourselves in a more loving way. Um, and so that's how you avoid toxic positivity, which is the denial of those parts of you. It's you believing, it's saying only light and love exists, right? And then that's not true. But you always have a choice here with the Lovers. So what are you choosing? Five of Wands. So here is conflict. This is what, we're releasing, is like that conflicting energy where it's like maybe you're used to um, giving into that energy, right? The part of you that fights against yourself every time you're attempting to choose love, to choose the emotional fulfillment. There's a part of you that fights to be seen, right? And maybe that's pointing to the fact that maybe there is some work there, some healing work there to do, to just acknowledge it and validate it and say, yeah, this is, I hear you, I see you, and there's nothing wrong with you. I understand why you're here. But that doesn't mean that we can't work together to try to change it. That's the Temperance. We can't work together. I can't, like, the part of you that's like judging, that's like bullying, that's upset, that's in pain, like there's a reason. And they're coming up to tell you something about, like, hey, maybe like you've had boundaries crossed in the past and that's why you're feeling this way. Maybe you've been hurt in the past by other people, right? Maybe you have been victimized in the past, but it doesn't mean that we are that right now. And it's also like, well, what did we learn and gain from that experience where we were put in painful situations and circumstances? It's okay to always look for the positive lesson in it all. That doesn't make you toxic in terms of positivity. So we have the Chariot. I almost thought this with the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Chariot. So yeah, there's like significant spiritual advancement here with this energy. The Wheel of Fortune is about divine timing and also good luck and good fortune, things changing in your favor. And then the Chariot is Cancer energy, but it is also about moving forward very quickly. It can be about travel. I always see it as a very spiritual card, though. It's a more internal travel, accomplishment, achievement. You're achieving something big here if you allow yourself to. And to like not get caught up in the drama that perhaps some parts of you are going to start to display as you move away from these old ways that you used to do things, where you used to allow the pain and the discomfort and the, I don't know, the shadows to like take over, because that's what you were used to, like the self-fulfilling prophecy of like the other shoe is going to drop. That's what you're kind of letting go of, is like stepping into this brand new phase where you're like, I don't know exactly what it's going to be, and it's putting me out of my comfort zone, but I know that I don't want to go back to the past. I know that I don't want to go back to being, feeling bad about myself all the time, right? Like that's the alternative. It's like it's getting to the point where you become too uncomfortable in feeling badly about yourself and thinking that that is somehow making you attractive or making you get the things that you desire, because you wouldn't be searching for more if that was the truth. So there's something more. There's a big step for you to take. We have 2 10s, which are about completion. So it's a completion of a big cycle. Allow it. So it's like they're saying, allow it to happen. Allow yourself to take the wand and to use it, right? Whether that's writing it down or creating something specific, speaking it out loud, or just the way you're taking action on the things. Like the more you take action on the things that you say that you want to do, that are good for you, that are putting you on this path to this new part of yourself, right? This unknown, the more you're going to get support in that area, and the farther away you're going to get from the past of all the things that we talked about. It's basically just feeling badly about yourself, like, and believing you don't deserve it, you're not worthy, that self-esteem piece. You're moving away from that low self-esteem, which is really beautiful. All right, what else did I want to ask? I feel like that we talked about what we're releasing and what we're, maybe we can ask, like, what specific actions do we need to take? And what are the actions? This might be a longer video, just so you know. I was feeling like I really needed to settle into this one and not try to rush it. So thank you if you watched the entire thing. I appreciate you guys. And I hope that you are getting something out of it. Okay. What actions are we being asked to take? All right, we have justice. This is Libra energy. It's about balance and fairness. And we saw Libra came up with the moon phases, right? I think it was the new moon or something in Libra came up in the beginning. So Libra energy is, Libra is ruled by Venus, and it's the planet of relationships. But it's interesting because it's like, it's raining hard right now. Sorry, I got distracted by the rain again. It's not necessarily like, it is, Venus is a lovey-dovey, yes, like love and romance and nurturing, but it's also about like contractual, almost transactional relationships as well. It's like with justice, right? That is kind of like with the balance, it's like there needs to be, I'm getting this and you're getting this, and it's equal balance, right? So there is an element of detachment as well, because Libra is also an air sign. There's an element of detachment there. So again, I was talking about contracts in the beginning. So this can also represent legal matters, the signing of a contract, or even if it's like you're making a verbal or mental contract with yourself too, about how you want to show up, how you want to take action, what you're choosing to do every day. The Page of Wands is about ideas. Again, it's, that fire energy. So it's about our creative side, our passionate side. All right, let's see what else. The Empress. Here's this Venus energy, Taurus, Libra energy. Yeah, that Venus energy was coming through strong. So I want to say that I don't know where Venus is right now, but again, this could represent where the planet is at the moment. Or if anyone has Libra or Taurus in their chart. Specifically, Libra is coming through because we have 2 cards of Libra. Could represent Libra season as well, which is, Libra is after Scorpio? No, it's before Scorpio. So it's end of September, beginning of October is Libra season, which could represent something from the past. I mean, if you started something in Libra season, it could be that, but let's get some more. This is also our divine feminine energy, right? About receiving, about being fertile and creative. Fertile in terms of, like, obviously, if you want to have children, yes, this can also represent a child. So again, this can represent, I'm feeling also a mother-child dynamic too. Perhaps even like legally getting custody or getting something or doing something getting something, doing something with your children in mind. Like I said, legal custody battles, things like that. It don't have to be a battle. It can be just, yeah, just like maybe there's something that a need to take action on something in that realm, right? Like signing something to have custody or to have some kind of money or to, like, I don't know, you're doing something that with regard to your child. Let's see what else. Okay. We have the Ace of Coins, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So like 2 cards of action. There's something, yeah, so this could be about needing to, like, I mean, this is a gift being given. So this could be represent a new job. It could represent a move. It could represent a new relationship. Since we do have the Knight of Cups here, it can represent a relationship. But, the Knight of Cups is about taking action towards the thing that you love, or it can be somebody coming towards you with a cup of love, right? Again, this can represent perhaps marriage or engagement as well, taking a relationship to the next level. And the Knight of Swords is about that communication coming in, someone coming in very quickly, it happening very quickly. Yeah, so someone could be guided to take action towards you, or you could be guided to take action towards somebody else. When it comes to relationships, love and relationships, a solid, stable one, since we have the Ace of Coins. Or again, it can be about a move, needing to move somewhere new, or the purchasing of a home, or it's about getting a sum of money that somehow has to do with maybe your child. This could also be like taxes. I mean, since we're like in, tax season, it could represent taxes as well. Perhaps you're going to be getting a large tax return and it has something to do with being a parent, right? And getting more money because of that. It could also represent that. So they're saying, yeah, maybe it has to have something to do with work. So like the action maybe needing to take is to make sure that you are looking very closely at your taxes, writing everything off you need to write off, claiming what you need to claim, things like that. The Eight of Pentacles is about working hard to develop a skill. It can be about work specifically. The Page of Coins. It's like a solid opportunity. Or a person who is solid, who is going to help you or support you. Let's see, what else is this about? It's interesting. We only have court cards out, and then pentacles, and then one major arcana. So there's definitely, wow, see, look at that. More court cards. Lots of pentacles. So there's something having to do with like money, stability, nurturing. She is like the mother, like the more mothering of the queens, the Queen of Coins. She's like the most nurturing and stable, takes care of the people around her and herself. Yeah, with the Justice being the only this could also represent multiple children. Like, I'm just noticing, like, these could be like teenagers, these could be younger children. Also, I'm feeling maybe it's like 4 years, like 4 years worth of something that you're getting back, like some kind of money or gift or something like that. What I was saying was that the Justice card is the only major arcana, so that's like the theme. Justice is the theme, so that's balance, like karmic justice and balance, like something is being brought to justice for you here, having to do with your stability, specifically probably money. And again, I'm feeling like children or something like that. Wow. King of Swords, my goodness, see, look, literally all court cards. There's a lot of people involved. There could be a lot of people involved. Like I said, lots of children. This could be a settlement of some kind, like say if maybe like there's a large settlement with like multiple people, right? A large lawsuit, something like that. Could represent that. Or again, like if we're feeling kind of like taxes, this is like somebody who's helping with you, helping you with your taxes, or helping you with something, getting the most out of like, what you need or what you deserve to get. Again, it could be from like a past work situation as well. Yeah, interesting. I'm just, it doesn't, the action, because I'm asking like what actions we need to take. So again, maybe it has to do with just like making sure you're getting the support you need when it comes to like filing your taxes, making sure you're sitting down and going through everything very clearly. It could represent you needing to take it's weird because I feel like you're not taking like the action. I think is for you to just continue to work and do what you're already doing and what you're working towards. Um, oh, this is interesting. I'm trying to make sense of it, guys, because I feel like there's like, again, there's like multiple people involved here. The Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So the Eight of Swords is about feeling trapped in your head. The Seven of Cups is about feeling like you're stuck in like a fantasy or there's too many options. Yeah, I feel like they're saying, so sorry, I'm not showing you the cards. I'm like sitting back looking at them. I feel like what they're saying is like the action you need to take is like work to like get yourself out of your head about the situation, because I think you might already know about the situation. It's not something that's like brand new and you're kind of just waiting for it to happen. And so it's like let it happen basically, like let it happen by like believing, like, so I think this is tied to what I was talking about in terms of like the self-esteem and the worthiness thing that we're letting go of, is like you got to believe that you deserve this to come through for you. And so that's what to work on, is the belief system you have in place that keeps you feeling confused and like not trusting and feeling like you're stuck with no way out and that it's never going to happen for you. And when I say it could be a number of different things. It could be this situation that we're talking about, a specific one. It could just be like any good thing that you feel like you want but don't deserve when it comes to money, stability, even relationships, justice happening for you, right? Like perhaps you have this like life isn't fair and nothing good ever happens to me, that kind of thing. That's what it's feeling like. All right, comment down below and let me know if I'm picking up on a specific situation that I talked about, because that was interesting to me. Okay, now let's get one more spread about, what should we ask? What do we want to know? I don't know. No, I don't know. Let's see. What does Spirit want us to know? We'll let them decide. Okay. If it's something new. Gosh, sorry. Okay. Is it something new, or let's see. What is the final, maybe it's the advice. Advice, I guess. Yeah. Advice. Advice for all of the messages that have been coming through for this full moon in Leo. This one and this one. Lovers again. We got the Page of Coins. The Lovers. Again, they're pointing to our choice in everything. We always have a choice. What are we choosing to take? What are we choosing to focus on and build and put our energy towards? I'm also, for some reason, I'm hearing like it's okay to be a beginner at something. Let yourself be a beginner. Let yourself start and build from the bottom up. Whatever that has to do with, whether that's a relationship, a job, even again, like we're talking about jumping into the unknown or stepping into the unknown and being in this like brand new phase of your life. It's okay to be a beginner. Let yourself be a beginner. Let yourself build. Let yourself also choose to enjoy the process instead of being worried about the outcome. That 8 of coins again. We have the 4 of swords. So look at that. We have 3 of swords, 4 of swords. Here, I'm going to put these right here. Do another page. The pages came out already. Yeah, choosing to move on from heartbreak and pain, things that didn't work out in the past, feeling stabbed in the back, stabbed in the front. I feel like these can represent child aspects of ourselves as well. This like inner child work that we are working on that I talked about, like all of that's like inner child stuff. And so continuing to put in the work to focus on you and healing your inner child and resting. Like it's okay. Like I feel like they're saying like you're moving into a period of rest after a period of going through something painful and difficult. Strength. Here we go. There's the Leo energy. Yeah, so that's what it's showing you. It's showing you where you have become strong. You have done the work to become strong. To have this inner strength. To move on. To choose love and kindness even when the world or other people were not loving and kind to you. Page of Swords. Lots of pages. The pages are like the younger energies of the tarot. So yeah, the Hermit. This is about, so the Page of Swords specifically is about observing or learning, and the Hermit is about going inward. Like you're like anytime you feel like you are struggling with something that's happening on the outside of you, it's giving you a chance to go inward and focus on yourself, like whatever it's bringing up in you. And so like instead of focusing your energy outward, focus your energy inward. You know, so for example, like if you're being triggered by somebody, like instead of focusing on their actions, focus on how the actions are making you feel. And why are you feeling that way? And what is it, you know, and go deep into that rather than like, why is that person doing that? What does that mean about them? Right? It doesn't matter what it means about them. They have to worry about that. You have to worry about you and what it's bringing up within you. We can't change other people. All we can do is focus on ourselves, and people are mirrors for us to show us what we need to look at within ourselves. So that is the advice. Anytime you are being triggered or you're feeling like you're wanting to focus outward and like control the situation or understand somebody else and why they're doing what they're doing, it's like, no, focus inward, focus on yourself. And then the universe is going to continuously match that energy and send you the things that you need once you start like giving yourself the things that you need. Right? The worthiness piece is connected to how you show up for yourself. So if somebody else is doing something and you are focusing on them, you're abandoning yourself in that moment. And they're asking you not to do that anymore. You need to make it about you. I'm going to find my own answers, and I'm not going to look outside of myself either for it. I know what I need best. I know what little me needs best, and I'm going to give it to them. And then you develop a stronger relationship with yourself, one where you don't have to worry anymore about getting the things that you need and deserve, because you know you're always going to be the one to give it to yourself, no matter what happens with other people or in any other situation. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull a couple. I want to do, or let's see, I want to do some Oracle, but I don't know what ones I want to do. What am I feeling? What am I feeling? I guess I will do, oh, I did want to do these. I forgot I wanted to do the surrender one. So let's do this. Power of surrender. So what do we need to surrender? Surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So that is very Leo energy, very strength energy. It's like learning how to be strong in your approach without lashing out, right? Because defensiveness is showing you where your weaknesses are when it comes to like you feeling like you can't control yourself or you can't empower yourself to speak your truth in a clear way, right? It's letting your emotions get the best of you. Okay. Surrender to rest and sleep. That did come up with the Four of Swords. So to prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. This could also be a point, a sign that if you're feeling defensive, perhaps you need to rest. Oop. So surrender to complete healing, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Definitely, that's going to help you. That's what you're going to do when you're resting as well. Surrender denial, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. And surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So there's a lot of like stillness and like letting yourself heal. Let me get one more. Surrender negative thinking. Yeah, you have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. I mean, that's what we were looking at, right? In the beginning is about our thoughts and where our thoughts are going. Okay. I think that's good. Now we're going to get more closing messages from my deck here. What's it called? The Wisdom of the Oracle or something? I think that's what it's called. Wisdom of the Oracle. All right. What are some closing messages for this full moon in Leo? What do we need to know? Oh, soulmates. Beautiful. What is this about? Message in a bottle. So remember when I was saying that you might be getting a message about something from somebody, or like somebody might be coming forward to like offer you a solid relationship, mending. Yeah, someone might want to mend things. It might be somebody from the past. But it's also about healing. This can also be about being your own soulmate. Yin, yeah, receiving, being in your feminine energy of receptivity and magnetism. TikTok, that's about timing. Poised. This is about being confident and what is this about? Now we're like, y'all, I thought I was gonna like close this out, and now I feel like we're opening a whole new door. This could also represent you healing within yourself, right? We had the Empress come through, which can be again divine feminine energy, which is yin energy. So this can also be about, again, the message in a bottle can be about how you're communicating with yourself. TikTok can be about how it's time to change, right? To change how we are with ourselves. The mending is about mending the relationship with yourself. The soulmate can be, like I said, about you and yourself. And poised is about the confidence and the strength you have to move forward in this direction, even when it's hard. No place like home. Coming home to yourself. Again, this can also represent a relationship. Moving homes, moving in with somebody. Like again, somebody might be like, I want to be with you. I want to move in with you. I want to reconnect with you. I want to heal something with you. Things like that. That can be that as well. Yeah, fork in the road. It might put you in a spot of needing to decide something. Do I want to move with this person? Do I want to chaos and conflicted by the book? Do I want to mend things with this person, right? The fates. I feel like there is a very strong relationship coming towards you that is fated. Um, it could be somebody from the past, or it could just be like a past life soulmate as well that's meant to come in and provide some healing for you. Somebody that that feels like home, you know. By the book is about needing to do things in a specific time or way. You know, chaos and conflict is obviously chaos and conflict. It's like you might have had conflict with this person, and that's why the mending here, right? This coming back to like mend things, or this could be like a shakeup. This feels kind of like the tower energy. It's like just something unexpected. The chaos and the conflict. It may feel like chaos and conflict at first, but it's like a fated encounter. It's a fated relationship. A leg up and come to the edge. Yeah. So a leg up is about getting support and help, maybe from the universe, from other people. Come to the edge is about like, this is very like the fool energy, taking a leap of faith in this direction, even though you're not sure about it. I'm seeing like the hearts here. I'm thinking about Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow. And I am going to do a Valentine's Day love reading, which you can look out for. So maybe that's the segue into that, right? As you step into this new version of yourself, this new confidence and self-esteem and worthiness and empowerment, you're going to be attracting a relationship. If you're not, or attracting certain something like a healing opportunity from the past relationship or within the current relationship that you're in, right? So take it as it resonates for you, but it just feels like because of the healing work that you're doing, you're going to be attracting a soulmate into your life. Again, a soulmate doesn't have to be love, like in romance. It can also be like a friend, a really close friend. It can also be a mending of a friendship as well. So just keep that in mind. Or even if it's like a family member, we can be soulmates with family members, right? So a mending of that relationship. But again, it can also represent the healing that you're doing within yourself and feeling like you're becoming your own soulmate, right? Almost like reconnecting with your soul. So take all of, all of them can be true. Just take whatever resonates for you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like your own reading with me, you can email me and we can set that up. Also leave a comment. Let me know how this resonated for you. Follow me on Instagram at Bethany Empowers or Bethany Empowers Tarot. Yeah, until next time, I will see you again soon. Happy full moon. Bye.